Hello YouTube, Lanto here. I've just got a quick tutorial on my reactor setup from my factory map. It's just a smaller version, obviously, missing a couple of chambers. You can expand or take the smaller, up to you. I've got a very basic setup here, so we're just going to get rid of the MFSU to show you how quick the power comes out. I had that on for about 3 minutes. The reactor was on for about 3 minutes in our time to get that full. It has the obviously the Lanto way, the auto cutoff safety switch, the lamp and the alarm for when it starts to overheat, and the auto ice injection. I can't remember which YouTuber I got that set up off. I will find out, and I will do my best to put it in the description. I'll also link the video on my factory setup, which is obviously much more better designed than this. The reason these obsidian walls are up is I'm not worried about this exploding at all. This is just my test world, but you might be able to see on Ray's minimap my little secret project on the other side of this wall that will be up once I've finished completing it. Alright, so I'll just give you a sneak peek like that. Alright, that's all you're getting. Pause that and look at it as much as you like, you still won't understand what I'm trying to do. Alright, what we're going to do here first is I'm going to show you exactly how I've got the auto ice injection set up, and then I'll explain the reactor and the alarm and etc, stuff like that. Alright, now this is on the Tekki, actually, not Technic. This is on the Tekki one. Reason being is the new Technic launcher doesn't actually have Technic on it, believe it or not. Well, mine doesn't anyway, unless it's downloaded funny. So I just use Tekki, even though it's for multiplayer more than anything. Same thing for single player, so it doesn't really bother me. Alright, to start off, we have an energy collector in our homemade shelter out of stone. We have an energy collector in here. We have one bit of ice up the top, okay, which is obviously which block you'd like to duplicate or item, so be it, whatever you may want to duplicate. Right, this is all full of ice because of the energy collectors. I'm running a bit of a bug there. I'm running Mark 2s or Mark 3s, I believe, which is this block here and that block down there. Alright, surrounded by glowstone. Okay, so we can't right click on those, just the center blocks. You put glowstone around it so it's getting continuous light in there, which then transfers the light power to the energy collector, which duplicates. So if we take one bit of ice out of here, you can see it duplicates it quite fast. Alright, then at the front of this we have, at the front of the energy collector, we have a filter. Right, the easiest way to remember this is have the yellow facing towards what you're pulling out of and the red facing the way you want to pull it. Okay. Now, or the small hole on this side, and on this side of the filter we have the cross. Alright, then we have a timer down here. You'll need to adjust this accordingly to what you the layout you have in your reactor and how much you need pulled out of the energy collector, how much ice that is. I have mine set pretty high, which is still like we need to bump this up a bit because it's still, well, not that much. It's still pulling out too much and we're getting overflow in the tube. Alright, this is, we'll just turn the rain off. This is pneumatic tubing. Okay, you connect this directly into the reactor. Any part, you can connect it straight into a chamber, it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be connected straight into the core. I have the lever here just for tutorial purposes, showing how you switch it on. Obviously you need a redstone signal to switch on a reactor. Alright, this is the layout. Okay, you can get a lot of power out of this. I've got 2,500, so all up 2,630 EU per tick out of a reactor not this size, with the full chambers. Okay, so that's with 6 chambers on the center. Running into this is 4 times HV cable, running into a high voltage transformer, okay, running through glass cable into an MFSU, which we just replaced. Okay, down here we have a heat sensor. Again, adjust this accordingly to what you'd like it to heat up to, but obviously the more heat the worse. I've just got it set to that for the moment. Now out of this you want the red alloy cable running out, and you want it, if you're going to do a setup like this in your factory or wherever you may need it, you want it running like this. You want it coming out of the thermal center and branching off in like a T intersection. You want one running to a wireless transceiver and one running on to a part of the reactor, being a chamber. Here I have it set up. Okay, now the transceiver is set to 1. Okay, over here we have an alarm. This is just for show purposes sake. You could have the alarm running off the same cable as the lamp cable, because they're both running on the same frequency, which is 1. Okay, we've got 1 on here. So when what happens is when this reactor heats up to 4,600, it'll shoot out a redstone signal into this transceiver, which will send to the receivers, which will send the redstone signal into the alarm, and same on this side into the receiver and into the lamp, so it lights up red. Okay, the other wire here runs onto the reactor and shuts it off until it's cooled down below that point. Now you right click on that to adjust it to wherever you'd like. Okay, so I'm just doing it randomly. Now what we're gonna do here is switch it on. It'll overheat because I haven't got enough ice spots in there. I'll show you how to adjust that in a second. You can see the spots coming off it straight away, the heat spots, and there you go, it lights up. Okay, so as you can see, it sends to the reactor. The reactor shuts off until it goes below that point. It will not overheat with one of these on here unless you have that set too high. Alright, now you'll see that runs into there, switches off. This one runs into here, okay, into the transceiver, and there you go, that's running into the alarm. You probably won't be able to hear that because I have all my sounds down at the moment. I'll just turn them up a little bit. I've been having problems with the game overtaking my voice, so we'll just turn it up to there, and we'll turn the sound up a tiny little bit. Alright, just turn it up to there, and we'll go done. Alright, see what happens. Alright, we're going to turn that back down just so it doesn't overrun my voice, which has been doing a lot lately. I have this shit microphone because I broke my other one by accident. Alright, we'll switch this back on. The lamp obviously doesn't make no noise, so... Ah, it was already on. My mistake. We're just going to turn this down again. So, alright, see how we go. You'll be able to hear the alarm in the background anyway. Alright, now the lamp is bugging out for some reason. I'm not sure why, but you can see the signal come through, and it hits the wire and tries to travel through the wire, but there's something going on there, so we're going to just try and replace it. There we go, yeah, there you go. So for some reason that's bugging out. It doesn't usually do that, and that'll light up as intended. So when it overheats, and there you go. Alright, the alarm will go off. That's bugging out too for some reason, but it does work. Okay, so there's not that much to it. So you just got your filter, energy collector, energy condenser, with your ice, your timer, pneumatic tubing. As you can see, the timing is still a bit mucked up, but you adjust that, as I said. Your HV cable, 4 times HV cable you have to use. You want a redstone signal to start it up. Your thermostat, well, I call it a thermostat. Your red alloy wire, wireless transceiver, wireless receiver. If you're going to use an alarm, these are optional. You do not have to use the alarm or the lamp. It's just purely for viewing sake. You could just use this sake, so you can sort of see what's going on. If this was, in a different room, so say there was a wall running here and here, so, to keep your reactor safe, and if it does happen to explode, something happens and it blows up, then it's going to blow everything up. Okay, you've got it running like, and then you could have these, your alarm up there and behind the wall, and your lamp here, so you see the lamp light up when it's overheating, and it'll keep going in that cycle because it's dropping below that heat and then going back up to it and dropping below, and so on and so forth. And we'll just check our cable. So we're running 1500 out of this, which is pretty good compared to some of the ones I can set up. We've got, there we go, 3033 running through the high voltage, and the MFSU is half full, and we've had it on for a minute, right? And you'll see it cuts off and goes on and cuts off. Okay, so yeah, that's just a quick preview of my reactor setup. I use this in all of my reactor needs because it's safe. I've never had it explode on me or anything like that. It's reliable, and it's not the smallest system going, because you do obviously need a room for the auto ice. You could have this very well. You could have this in the reactor room. I like to have it behind the wall, and then we'll just use an MFSU as a block, and I'll have it like that. Okay, and then construction frame just coming around, and then insert. So this would be my reactor room. Yeah, I don't have water over my reactors. You don't need it at all, as you've seen. There's no water around here at all. But yeah, that's all there is to it. If you need any help on anything else, not just reactors, I can do computer craft and stone computers as well. Let me know what you'd like to see, and I'll do my best to describe whatever it is you'd like to see in detail, and we'll go from there. Alright everyone on YouTube, Lanto out. See you later.